Hello traders, happy Thursday, happy Halloween to everyone who celebrates. Big day here in Canada, a lot of candies. Please give me some okay that you can hear me, and then we can begin. Oops, what did I do? What did I do? Oh, here, questions. Okay, perfect. So beautiful. Thank you very much, guys. So welcome once again and happy Halloween. Today webinar, it's with our special guest Ivo Luhse. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Ivo. You know, with Russian accent to pronounce a name, it sounds always differently. Ivo is the creator and the man that stands behind the DARA, and now the amazing, really amazing DARA app. And this is what he will present today, and satisfaction and great time is guaranteed, that's for sure. Just a little introduction. I know Ivo for I think about 3 years, more or less. We've been through all the ups and downs in the market, talking about trading, talking about technology, still aiming one day to do something great together with shared forces and ideas. One day it will happen. He was amazing guy, fantastic trader, amazing developer, and you will see that you're owned by yourself. And I hope you will find it useful. Just one request, please, for all those of you who watch live, please write down your questions and have your patience. Okay, I will introduce the questions at the end to Ivo, and he will be able to answer them. For all those of you who watch the recording that will be uploaded later on to the channel, then also you can contact me directly any time you need any question you have, myself directly in a Telegram or email or my team. And the link to the DARA app will be available for you to see and to test all the things that Ivo would present now below the video in the description. So let's begin. Ivo, how are you?
Thanks very much, Vladimir. Very, very well. How are you? So I heard, Halloween, big thing for you. Did you get plenty of candy already?
Big thing for the kids. We have these baskets, and they're ready to collect. I have my costume. I'm going to be a pirate.
Yeah, my kids are already gone, so they're already gone trick or treating.
All right. So good luck to them with the candies.
Yes. So well, thanks very much, Vladimir, as always. Inviting me to your community. We go back a while now, and it's great always to be here. And share with your community, the things that we are developing and things that we are trading. So especially today, I'm very, very excited. Let me quickly share my screen, and if you could, guys, let me know if you can see my screen. That'd be very good, because I'm on the second computer. If you can see the screen.
I can see well. Let's see what guys, can you see the screen good and hear Ivo well? Drop some Y or yes or any other letter you would like. Beautiful. We have the okays.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, guys. So, like I said, I'm particularly excited this time because, as Vladimir knows, I've been working on this project long time, well, more than 12 months. More than 12 months now, and we finally we have a version that we can show. We're happy to show to the people that people can go and test it out for themselves with their own laptops, with their own phones, iPhones, Androids, iPads, everything, and basically have a look for themselves. Yeah, so this has been my baby for the last 12 months. I'm trying to basically change the way how traders use bots. Individual traders, how they use bots. So we're trying to transform this relationship between trader and a bot, that you can actually use them correctly, as I see them, as a tool for very, very valuable tool for any trader that's looking to basically master the markets. So basically today, what's the plan today? So we're going to show you the app, show you what we built, and then you'll be able to, I will give you the link, like Vladimir said, at the end, where you can go and test the application straight away. And you're gonna have a free version. So this is for Vladimir's community. You'll be able to actually get unlimited signals on the application, and then I'll show you at the end how you can join the full paid version if you'd like, and actually trade with me directly. So I hope that sounds good. So let's get going, guys. And first of all, as always, we're talking about risky markets. When you're trying to gain something, obviously you're risking something. So that means the risk is involved always in trading, and you should really understand what are the risks involved in trading. And as we're going to be showing past performance stats, of course you have to understand that nothing is guaranteed for the future, and past performance does not guarantee future success. And also I must stress out for the guys that we're not like a brokerage, we're not a financial advisor, we're a software development company. So we actually build this software for traders, and then you can use it with your own brokerages. We don't have restrictions with that, so you're free to use with any brokers that you want. So let's get going. And probably the first thing that we need to talk about is why we're all here. What is the reason why we're all here? And for the first thing that probably comes in mind to anyone, for most of the traders, they're in the market because they want to make money. That's for most of us. It's the same for me. The reason why I started trading is because I wanted to make money. But I think it's important to understand why we want to make that money. What is the reason for that money? And the reasons, when you ask why do you want that money, for people, most people say, well, because I want to do this with my life. I want to provide to my family. I want to travel the world. I want to have nice things in my life. I want to do what I want to with my life, something else, not just go to work 9 to 5. And I think the best part of being a trader is actually the lifestyle. The lifestyle that trading gives you is, I think, second to none. It's the best lifestyle you could ever have, because you can, you have no boss, you work, you have no employees, you have no commute, you don't need to travel anywhere. Like I couldn't imagine going to it's stuck in the traffic for hours every day. You can work from anywhere in the world. You're location independent, and your income is uncapped actually, because it does not matter, especially in Forex market, because the market's so massive. You can trade 10 million accounts, you can trade 10,000 accounts, and you can trade them exactly the same way without any worries about liquidity. And there's great opportunities, for good traders actually to get investments, and it's there's so much money at this moment in the world that for good traders there's never any problems with getting investing and increasing their income. And of course, for me, my most important thing is that I can work from home. I trade from home, I develop from home, and I can spend my time with my family. My oldest daughter, she's now in like preschool, or we actually call it like senior or junior infants, before the first class at school. And I meet with parents every day there, and they're all stressed, they're all they all have great jobs, very financially very well off, but they don't see their kids. They're like the nannies picking them up. They have to leave the little 5-year-olds all day at school, just because they have to be at work, to late evening, and then they have to spend another hour actually to get back home and to pick up their kids. So they don't see their kids, they miss kids' plays and all, miss basically being with their family, miss being seeing their kids grow up. So yeah, for me, probably the best part of being a trader is that you can actually do it together with your family. But probably the second reason why, or second biggest reason why we are all here is because you probably discovered a long time ago that trading is really hard. Actually, it's very interesting. It seems to be very easy, but when you actually start doing it, you realize, hold on, this is really hard thing to do, actually. And it's actually, by the way, it's not getting any easier, not getting any better, because mostly, or not mostly, I'd say big part is because of the machines, because algorithmic trading is really taking big chunk of the markets. So things are not getting easier. You need to worry about if you trade manually, or if you use discretion trading, you have to figure out what market is telling you, and often it's actually sending you quite conflicting signals. One time frame can send you one signal, other time frame can send you a different signal. One indicator can send you one signal, other indicators can send you a different signal. So it's quite often basically messes up your head, and discretionary traders really very hard for them to understand what's going on. And on top of that, you have to deal with the emotions all the time. Keep the discipline. When not to trade, when to trade, when not to FOMO in. When get rid of losing trades quickly. When to hold on to the trades because they're actually will have a potential to go to a large winner. And and then on top of that, you can have errors. As a trader, there's many things that standing in the way in your trading, and that's why it's really hard. And like I said, it's not getting easier at all because of the machines. Because computer can do things 10 times, or 1,000 times, 10,000 times faster than you. It can make millions of decisions actually per second. And it has a trillion data points actually they can look at that, and it does that all the time with any emotions, with super discipline, exactly as it's programmed, and it can actually do that 24/7 without any loss of performance. So you can see it's pretty you can see why it's so hard for discretion traders to actually win in this game. So and the reason why I know that, because I've been in this game for a long time now, about 14 years now. 2016 actually when I started trading, and I started as a discretionary trader. I started just basically looking. I wanted to do everything myself, so I was trying to build things for myself, and for good 5-6 years I basically wasted my time is just basically going around the circles trying to build this perfect holy grail system that never loses. But really when it started to change for me, when I started to use bots in my trading. So that my first bot I built in 2014. And since then, basically, I never looked back and just used bots in trading. And last year, this is when we started our project that we're currently working on, which is DARA. DARA, by the way, stands for Decision Aiding Robo Advisor. And basically, the way we built DARA is that it's not like your traditional bot that just basically takes over the world, but it is the way we look at this is that we use bots as assistants, as our helpers, how to trade, basically as a tools, and that it can help us to make better trading decisions in the markets. And so bots can actually go and help us with statistics, with risk management, with finding the patterns in the market, with testing those patterns in the markets, and then basically just sending us these ideas about trading. So and this idea is actually nothing very, or maybe in trading it's new, but it's not actually in the world. It's not very that new, because actually the first person who started to do like a human plus machine events was Garry Kasparov. All the chess fans will know that he's the arguably the best chess player in the world, and he was backed by IBM supercomputer in 1997. But after that, he created this program called Advanced Chess, and basically where they paired humans and machines together in one team. So basically, they're playing chess with computer in a team against each other. And what he said basically at the end of that process, that it was really the process how they done it was the triumph of that, because the winners were not some grandmaster that was the most cleverest chess player, but it was actually a couple of amateur players from America, if I'm not mistaken, and basically they have a really clever process how they use machines, and then they won that tournament. But anyway, so that is where kind of where the first biggest project of human and machine idea working together came from. And basically, yeah, so that we're bringing this now to into trading world. So we started our first version of the application was launched just over a month ago, and this is for our private traders, or our group of traders that I have in my trading group. And after the first month, it was actually very surprising for us to see these kind of results, because the first version, let me just zoom this in a bit if you can see, because the first version we launched, it was basically just go and test the application, make sure it doesn't crashes, and make sure things actually work, and all the buttons actually work in the application. And what we found out is actually the signals the AI is generating actually very quite actually profitable straight away, even with the first very basic version that we created. And so you can see first yellow ones, don't worry about them, they're our team accounts, and then these other ones are user accounts that basically use the application for the first month. So you can see in the first month there's 82% of traders using the application were actually profitable within the first month using the application, which is quite a good achievement. We thought that was very positive things to see, and something that we can really take forward now and update the application and update the algorithms as well that you use this. So just a couple of here's just a couple of feedbacks from our guys in the group. They're pretty ecstatic about this. They're saying very nice things about the application. Scott here saying he took like 20 trades and had like a 77% return in the first under 3 weeks, which is pretty amazing. So very encouraging start so far, and like I said, 82 profitable traders versus that. The regulator in UK, FCA regulator, recently they're really taking quite a strong stance of what is going on with the Forex trading industry, because they looked at the figures and seeing that, okay, what's going on there? 82% of people losing money. Why is that? So that's why they're putting quite a lot of restrictions on the brokers. And that is another reason why we're pushing with this project, is that we can actually say, well, for the brokers, here's a product that can actually improve your profitability for your traders, and they can use data, use statistics and probabilities to actually improve their trading. So the regulators can get off their backs and actually show to the regulator, well, actually this industry still has a future, because if you actually combine technology and give good technology products to the traders that actually are making profit. Yeah, so 4.5 times, you are 4.5 times more likely than basically to be profitable using a DARA application than without it. So that is basically where we are so far, and where we are with the application to date. So before I show the application, I want to just basically quickly touch on AI things and try to basically explain, slightly what is AI, because there's quite a lot of misconceptions. What is AI? There's a lot of false beliefs. Everyone is just throwing these things around. Oh, this is AI. You see this everywhere on the news and so on. And it's like you want to know slightly about this. If you're going to use the application, you want to know, I would compare this to, like, if you're a pilot, if you're flying a plane, you want to know a little bit about physics. You want to know why is the plane sticking in the air, staying in the air. So this is kind of the same thing, that you want to, before you use the application, you want to understand how it actually works and what's inside the brain of DARA. How does it actually work? So first of all, let's talk about what is AI. Okay, so like I said, don't think about AI as some Terminator thing that you saw it on in a sci-fi movie or so. It's not gonna take over the world anytime soon. It's not gonna suddenly have a mind on its own. It's not gonna start controlling everything, and you have absolutely no say of what's going on. Basically, the way you want to think about AI is it's really chain of algorithms. Okay, so basically, it's if you take a chain of algorithms, and by the way, algorithm is all it is algorithm is just basically some kind of step-by-step instructions that the computer can follow. And on its own, algorithm is it's not very smart. If you have one single algorithm, you can say it's like a drill that drills. You can make a hole in your wall. That's an algorithm. But it does one thing. One algorithm can do one thing really, really well. But the clever thing, what you do with those algorithms, you actually chain them together. So you chain lots of algorithms together in a clever way, and that basically, so you can produce AI, and so you kind of have this illusion, that there's actually intelligent behavior. Okay, so it's really all it is just chain of algorithms together. And then you think, okay, you have this illusion that there's maybe somebody, actually intelligent talking back to you. So, for example, if you use Siri or Alexa or Google, any of these voice controlling devices now, all it is really, it's a chain of algorithms. So you have like first of all, if you say something, it's then translated into a digital signal, and then the signal is translated actually into words, because computers don't understand words; they can only understand mathematics. They understand only ones and O's. It doesn't understand what you're saying, and then those words. Another algorithm then is taking those words which you're saying to your Alexa computer. It takes those words and puts them into search engine, and sends back you an answer. Then another algorithm formats that response into like a sentence that humans can understand, and finally, there's final algorithm that sends you, a message, tells you, oh, this is the answer to your question that you're asking, and like in a human sounding way, so you can understand. So all it is just basically chain of algorithms. So anytime you're looking at AI, think chain of algorithms. Okay, but there's two really two special features that AIs will have, and that they're basically that's why they're different to traditional algorithms. And first of all, first feature is that the AI always deals in probabilities, and it's never deals in certainty. So what that means is that it never knows the answer exactly, but it can have a pretty good guess of what is the probability of that happening. Okay, so for example, if you have a AI that deals with credit card fraud, credit card transactions, it will never say you exactly, okay, this transaction is fraudulent, but it will say, 85% probability this transaction is fraudulent. So that's number one. And number two is the way how most of AIs are programmed are quite different than your traditional algorithms, and that is that traditionally you will have a programmer telling exactly, if this happens, do this. If this happens, then do this. So you just have a list of commands for the AI for the algorithm to follow, and it can't, do anything else outside of that. But the way the AI is different, that it actually, it actually can program itself. It can actually decide what to do itself based on the data. Okay, so you first of all you give it data and tell basically give it data and tell the algorithm what to do with that data and what is the outcome you're looking for, and AI can basically give you a probability at that. So to give you as example, let's stick with the credit card fraud. If the programmers who program those AIs will not tell this is the fraudulent transaction. Instead, they just give them all the data, give all the transactions data to the algorithm, and the algorithm just goes basically itself and looks at which transactions were fraudulent, and then in the future it just basically uses probabilities to match those fraudulent transactions to any future transactions. So that is in essence how AI works. So the next slide, I just want to now basically introduce you and show you how our chain works, how our structure of how our AI structure in DARA is built. Let me just zoom this up a bit maybe so you can see better. So first of all, we have this input layer, which is basically all this data coming in. So this data is coming non-stop all this time. So as we speak now, there's new data coming in to the database. The market is always, market never sleeps. It's always continuously moving. So all the time there's new data coming in. So prices moves up and down, and indicator values changes also all this time. So all this data is constantly coming into our database. So we store, currently we store open, high, low, and close prices and all the indicator values. So at this moment we just use like a standard basic indicators like moving averages, ATR, Bollinger Bands, RSI, very basic indicators. And we basically store this information and then let the AI to basically label this information. And we have 50 markets currently. So we watch Forex, a lot of Forex pairs, and then we have some equity pairs as well, and a few commodities like the gold and silver and oil. So this is happening all the time. So then in the next layer, what we have is we have all this information basically now going to the next algorithm that is labeling new patterns coming in. So for this particular algorithm, we have Satoshi DARA. So this Satoshi DARA algorithm is looking at candlestick patterns. Okay. So I'm sure most of people who are trading will be very familiar with candlestick patterns. So it's this algorithm basically we're gonna go through all this data is coming in, so constantly coming in, and say, okay, this is bullish engulfing bar. Okay, this is bearish engulfing bar. This is bullish pin bar. This is bearish pin bar. This is a bullish outside bar. This is bearish outside bar. And just basically goes and labels all these patterns that are appearing. And we also have availability, to label things like double tops, false breaks, indicator values, moving average crosses. So the availability how to label this is really endless, and we can have so many labels here as basically as precise as we want, and this is where most of our work is actually happening, trying to give as good labels to the algorithm as possible. So when the when the algorithm labels has labeled these patterns coming in, so next pattern, next algorithm then goes and tests these pattern performance and actually compares it with the new signal coming in. So again, this is for anyone who's been are already familiar with bot trading, that testing, back testing your algorithms is really big chore. I used to do most of my time back before DARA was just spent testing, constantly back testing something. Well, the beauty of this is that I don't need to do any testing anymore. That's it, because all this testing is done fully automatically all the time. So again, as we speak now, testing is happening all the time, and it's as a new signal coming in, as a new pattern appears, it's basically being tested. So the way this works is that new signal coming in, it will grab a new signal. For example, there's bearish engulfing bar on Euro USD daily chart. It will grab like a magic hand inside the database and say, oh, how are the bearish engulfing bars performing on Euro USD daily time frame? What's their performance is like? And basically we can receive this information instantly, with the split second. In 1 second, there's thousands of calculations happening at the same time, and we'll say, okay, well, this is the result of these engulfing patterns. Are they making money or they're not making money? And as simple as that. And then our layer 4 is where we calculate the expectancy, and for this maybe for the first session, it's for introductory sessions might be slightly a bit more complex, but expectancy is basically what is on average, how much money are you expecting to make from these type of trades? So that is kind of definition of expectancy. And the way the calculation is basically you take 1 plus reward risk. So what is the reward risk for that particular signal, and what's the probability of that signal will actually hit profit? And if this threshold for expectancy for that new signal is higher than the user specified, then the user finally, so all this, remember, this is all happening in the background all the time automatically, so you don't need to do any of all this. At the end, you have an output message, simple output message from the Satoshi Dara, say, hey, Ivo, I found this pattern that has an expectancy of 0.65, and this has a hit rate of 55%, risk reward to risk 2, and confidence 95%. So confidence, another statistic we use, how confident the AI is in these statistics, depending on how large is the sample size. And you want to take it 1% risk, and basically you have in the application you have 2 buttons, yes or no, and you want to take it this signal, yes or no. So this is, it might sound, complex, but believe me, it's really not. And I think, if you can use application like Dara, it is, important to understand what's inside the brain of Dara and how it actually looks and find these patterns. So this is a little, brief description of our AI, how it works. So let's move on now and actually see the bad boy, and let's log in, and I'll just walk you through a little bit how it looks, how the application looks, and how it works. Okay, 1 second to change this is my admin. I need to change. I'm gonna log into my account. By the way, you can still hear me, yes, guys? I'm not talking to myself because I can't see the chat. I'm only on one screen. If Vladimir can tell me that everyone is still happy and seeing me.
The answer is yes. I was muted, so I couldn't answer right away. Yes,
okay.
Everything is here.
Very good, very good. I'm just, I'm slightly worried that I'm talking to myself. So
That's the
Nice.
feeling when when you're a speaker on a webinar.
Yes, yes, yeah. No, I can see we have 39 people here still, so that's good. Okay, I'm not talking to myself. Thanks so much. And by the way, guys, like Vladimir said, any questions, just fire them all across, and then Vladimir can basically read them out to me, and I'll answer all your
I'll
questions.
just put time to repeat one second, please, Ivo. Guys, if you have any questions, please write it down. Anything you would like to ask Ivo directly, I will, once he stops to present, I will introduce the questions to him. So please feel free. Thank you.
Cool. Okay, so this is basically the application, how it looks like on my laptop. Now, the application is a web responsive web application, so you can run it on your laptop, PC, phone, any Android device, iOS device, and you can log in multiple places at the same time. So that's why I can log in here, I can log in my phone, I can log in my computer, doesn't matter. And basically, what you see here now is this Satoshi strategy running for me, and there's I've been running this now for a couple of months now, and you can see obviously all the statistics, all the trades here. Like quite an extensive list of statistics. That would be very good to have. For anyone. Even if you're a money manager. You will have enough statistics here that will help you to understand your trading. So you can see like Sharpe ratio, drawdown ratio, win rates, average win, average loss, risk reward, expectancy, return to drawdown ratio, profit margin, all those things. Here we have open trades. So currently these are my open trades, and we can see here I have Aussie Canadian dollar. Let's open this up. So I can go and click this, and this will open up the chart, and I will be able to see this trade that I took. Second, let me zoom in a bit. So that is trade. I think the price is slightly delayed. Yeah, so it's updated now. Yeah, so you can see this is the buy signal here from this. This is where the green arrow where the entry was on this trade. The stop loss, the entry, and the take profit here on this signal. And I can close this trade manually as well if I want. Yeah, so you can see any trades. If, for example, here I can go and open any. These are the closed trades. So let's see what's the latest closed trade I had was New Zealand yen outside bar pattern. So let's have a look at this trade. This was just yesterday, I think. Yeah, so this was this bullish pattern here. So this the Satoshi DARA found this pattern and basically said, yeah, it's actually a good pattern to take. And yeah, it sent me the signal. I just said yes, and you can see the green is the entry, and the red is where the exit was. And actually, the take profit was very very good because it since has reversed quite a lot. But trade is out and the profit is closed, and that's it. So so you can see you'll be able to see all your trades here this way. You can click on those trades yourself and go through them, so you always know about these trades. So if I scroll here, this is where all the signals are coming in. So these are all the messages that's coming in. So I actually deliberately left a few signals here so I can do some, in this presentation, we can have a look at these signals. So we have a few new signals, and let's have a look at this first of all. This is a 6-hour chart signal on Australian dollar against Swiss franc. So I have a bearish engulfing bar signal on Australian dollar Swiss franc 6-hour chart. Positive expectancy for this trade is 0.18, so it's on the low side. That's still reasonable, actually. Hit rate 55%. So what the hit rate basically means is that the algorithm has gone and looked at all the Aussie Swiss franc 6-hour chart time frames and bearish engulfing bars, and said, okay, in 55% of these patterns, actually they go and hit take profit. Okay, and this is risk reward for the current trade that we have, and basically you want to take it with 1% risk. So if I click on this, it will open up this chart. You have the same signal here, and I have the size, the entry, stop loss, and take profit and risk reward. So you can see this is the bearish engulfing bar. it was created. I'm slightly late, but since we're in the presentation, I think I'm happy to take this. This is actually, pretty good, double top here as well. False breaks, things like that I like to trade at the upper Bollinger Band against the trend. Yeah, that's fine. I'll be happy to take this trade. I'll just say yes. And you will see this trade appearing now in my open trades. Here you go. You can see this this trade has just opened here, and on the next, as the new tick comes in, this open price will update. If I click it here, you can see it. This is the trade I just opened with the stop loss and take profit. Here you go, and you can see the open risk. So how much I'm risking for this trade, and what's the P&L currently. Let's open it again. Can I see the? Yeah. So so basically that's in essence how the new signals coming in. Yeah? So if I have a look at another signal, so for example, now I have Aussie Swiss franc sell already, so I don't really want to take probably another Aussie and New Zealand sell. Let's have a quick look at this one here, and also expectancy is quite low on the 0.1. Not really something that probably I want to take. So I prefer that Aussie Swiss franc because it has higher expectancy. And it was actually higher at the upper Bollinger Band, so I was happy with that one. This one now, I don't want to take another Aussie trade anyway.
Sorry to interrupt. If the Aussie franc helps you, I just cashed my longs, so enjoy.
Thanks, sir. Very good.
Yeah, it's all yours. Since yesterday we got a suspicious sign there on the rally is over, so it looks good. It looks a good sell.
See, the computers agree with you. That's something amazing.
I think
that's the thing, it's actually, it's surprising to see, when you have these signals coming from the bots, from algorithms, there's so many things that just absolutely make sense, and it's not like something that totally unrecognized. And a lot of people, who especially the guys in my group, all the signals are really simple to understand, and they make total sense when you receive them.
Totally.
So here we can see like all the old signals as well. So these are my new signals, and here we have like confirmed. Like I said, we just said short this Aussie Swiss. It just shows confirmed, and then it said no to Aussie New Zealand. It says no, I rejected this signal. And I just quickly want to show you basically how I set up, because each user can set up any symbols they want themselves. If, for example, I have all the symbols turned on, so this is what we have at this moment. All the majors, minors, exotics, few exotic pairs, equities and commodities as well. So if you don't want to trade equities, if your broker doesn't allow you to trade equities, just turn them off. Or if you don't want to trade commodities, just turn them off like that. Very simple and quick. Time frame. So at this moment we have for this particular strategy we have weekly, daily, 12 hours, 8, 6 hours, and 4 hours. And here user sets their own risks, how much they want to risk in percentage terms or in dollar terms. And here these are the patterns that currently we trade with this strategy: engulfing patterns, pin bar patterns, dark cloud patterns, outside bars, and pin bar engulfing combos. And the last step is here. This is the AI step that basically you set the threshold, how many signals you want to get, so or what kind of expectancy signals you want to get. So I have set very low at 0.1 because I want to, I'm still testing and I want to get as many signals as I can. So some people who would be more more picky, more choosy with the signals, they probably will set something up to 0.4, 0.5. That is very high expectancy, but something starting from 0.2 is actually pretty good expectancy to have. But I just leave it at 0.1 for now. So that is in essence how it looks like in this dashboard. Now, one more thing I want to show you before we move on is backtesting, because obviously anyone who's into algo trading, they know the pain and the chore that is backtesting, and how how hard it is and how time consuming it is to do backtesting. If you do backtesting on MetaTrader, you can only backtest one time frame, one symbol, one specific setting at one time, and then it takes you can take up to an hour. So what we've done is our testing is super fast, and what you can actually do is you can backtest multiple symbols at the same time. You can actually backtest multiple time frames at the same time, and you can backtest multiple patterns at the same time. So it's pretty powerful. So let me symbols. Yeah, we can leave all the symbols. Time frames. I'm gonna put daily for now, because one time frame it's about 20 seconds to test on all patterns and all symbols. So all the time frames maybe could be a minute or so to wait. So risk in percent, I'm going to leave it 0.5, and here patterns, so we can test all the patterns at the same time. So I'm just going to leave them all. And last step is our AI. So I'm actually going to run the first test without the AI. So you can see, you'll be able to see the difference. What does the AI do? So what this now does is, if you look at all these symbols that we have in the database on daily time frame, and all those patterns, the engulfing bars, the pin bars, outside bars that we specified there, and basically we'll take every single one of them. It's not going to use it's not going to use that algorithm that only picks the high expectancy signals. So it's just going to take every single pattern as it comes in. So hopefully any second now. So we're trying to get this within 10-20 seconds. Let's see how fast.
Even meanwhile, while it's loading, I just want to two questions we have according to the expectancy. First of all, from Yas, can you please show us the 0.5 expectancy? And Ami is asking, hi, I don't understand the expectancy level. How is that determined? For example, if we set data to 0.4, what does that mean in the success ratio? So if you can explain that, please, once again.
On expectancy, yes, we'll do, absolutely.
Thank you.
So as you can see, clearly, if you take every single engulfing bar, every single pin bar, without any other knowledge, it's a losing strategy. You're not going to make money. So you can see minus 76% nearly, and there's 15,000 trades there. By the way, the data we have is since 2011, but we actually don't use the first year for trades. The first year is for data collection only, but we have 9 years of data here in this. So let's go and set this up to something like 0.2 expectancy. And let's run now the test with 0.2 expectancy. So what the difference now is that AI will now look at all these patterns that are coming in, but will only take the patterns that has proven expectancy at least 0.2 and above in the past. So it's going to say, okay, does this symbol on daily time frame has shown profitability in the past? If yes, let's take it. If not, get rid of it. Don't take this signal. And you can see this is clearly quite a drastic change straight away with the simple 0.2 expectancy change, or using the AI with 0.2 expectancy. So we have 1,500 trades. We have a profit of 109%, annualized return 10%, and yeah, pretty decent results for. And remember, this is the very first version. This is in no way you've done any optimization on whatsoever for this. This is the core base version for us to go and test this, how it works. And actually, you can go and when you run your backtest, you can go and open any of these trades up. So you can click on this on the symbol, and you'll get this chart open, and you'll have this trade that was taken. You can see again the red button and sorry, the red arrow and the green arrow for the take profit, and this the entry where it enters. So you'll be able to go and run these these backtests yourself and test them out. Now, speaking about expectancy, let me actually quickly show you my blog. Oops. Because it is, if you go to my blog, there is a little post about expectancy. Does your strategy has expectancy? So, and have a, I can give this in the chat box, or just go to the blog and you can have a read about this. So this is the formula for expectancy calculation, where it basically says that your win-loss ratio, or sorry, your reward to risk, so how much you're going to win versus how much you can lose in that trade, multiply how often you can win, it gives you the expectancy. So the way, probably the easiest way how to understand expectancy is if you look at coin toss expectancy. So if let's imagine you have a coin and you flip the coin and it's the fair coin that has like a 50% chance of landing on heads or tails. So let's assume you risk $1 and you get $1 back if you actually correct on heads. So we put this information into a formula. We clearly see this is zero. This game has no profit and no loss, because you win 50% of the time, you lose 50% of the time, and you win one and you lose one. So that is how basically expectancy works. But then let's imagine that you have the same coin. It's 50-50 coin, so 50 times it's 50% of chance you can land on heads, 50% chance you can land on tails. But this time you risk $1, but you get back $2. Let's just imagine that you have this amazing game. So if you put this in the formula, expectancy, you come out with the result of 0.5 expectancy. So what that means is that if you would flip that coin 100 times, you'll be expected to come out with $50, and that is where the 0.5 expectancy comes in. So I hope that answers this as best as I can, but it is it's an important thing to understand, and this is something we teach quite extensively in our training program with expectancy. But have a look in the blog post and on this blog page, and you can read about this a bit more and how it calculates the expectancy. I hope that answers your questions. Okay, so let's move on, guys. So you have because you'll be able to play around this with yourself. So let's move on, and what I want to basically invite you now, guys, is that
if I may intervene for a second, please. Just some questions according to the subject.
Yes.
First of all, where is that? Just a second. Can DARA be used on instruments like gold, silver, oil, and the cryptocurrency market?
Yeah, we have commodities. We don't have cryptocurrencies at this moment. This is a future we're planning for next year.
Great. And the last one is, please advise if this app is launched on MetaTrader 4. So
the app is independent from MetaTrader 4, so you don't need MetaTrader 4 to use the app. But if you want to send these signals to your MetaTrader 4, you'll be able to do that, and I will show you how you can do that now.
Perfect, thank you.
Because what I want to ask you is, guys, if you would like to come and actually trade with me, and use this application with me, and actually learn how to trade with Satoshi Dara, because we're not just giving you the bots, guys. We have the full full network, full community there, because it's not enough to just give people bots. There's so much more to this than just giving application to the people. You really need to learn how to use it and need to have this knowledge. And this is basically where I come in, and I can help with the mentorship. So what I have is I have an 8-week mentorship program where we have live webinars for 8 weeks, and we basically take one topic at a time every week and basically go through like things like expectancy. We look at things like volatility, risk, how to deal with stagnation periods and drawdowns. They look at backtesting, how to correctly backtest, and we look at actually learn more deeply about the AI and all the machine learning principles. We also look at how to actually go and go live trading, and what is required actually to get funding, if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking to become a money manager. So there's a lot of things that we learn and we teach in our mentorship program. And the last piece here is also experience now, because this is what we learn. Basically, we learn by doing things, and that is why the way I built DARA is that you can't actually, the DARA can't take trades automatically without your knowledge. So you only be able to, you will receive the signals, and then you say yes, I like the signal, DARA, and you just say yes. So there's always that experience part as well. So that we basically take all this together into our membership program. Mentorship program, and so you can learn with us and have be in our trading group. So there's just a quickly couple of trader feedbacks that we have. Taka is saying the future of trading, they really like the idea of having algo trading partner, and he believes that algo trading is the future. Absolutely. And he says the strategy is simple, but most important, all it works, and that helps traders to keep the discipline and money management fairly easily. Yeah, that's exactly it. So we're not just giving it signals. So there's DARA keeps calculates the risk as well for you guys, and keeps looks after the money management. So risk specific amount of percent or dollar amount on each or every signal. So there's Guido is saying DARA is really simple, learn and apply and profitable. Is saying in the very first month it's profitable. So really happy. So amazing to see people from the first month being profitable. If only I was profitable from the very first month when I started back in 2006. It's taken me a long way to get there, but with technology now people can do a big shortcut. Brendan saying yes, very positive results, excellent. No longer alone in the trading world. Philip is saying because it's really important, and I know Vladimir would agree, because he has this amazing community. How it transforms trading when you have a community of people pushing each other and pushing each other on and helping each other to trade. It's a very big help, because if you're trading alone, it can be really if you're stuck on your own with nobody to talk to, it can be a very painful experience being a trader. Martin is saying webinars are amazing, easy to follow. It's great to see this, and profitable. Very good, awesome. You can see the trend here. Everyone is pretty happy to be in our community. Excellent results, highly recommended. So basically what you get when you join us, like I said, first of all, you get the bots. So you have this Satoshi DARA. So we use Satoshi DARA we use the 5 candlestick patterns currently, engulfing, pin bar patterns, dark cloud, piercing, outside bars, pin bar engulfing combos. We use them on 50 markets currently, Forex, equities, and commodities on 5 time frames. So you can receive those signals on multiple devices, on your phone, PC, laptop, or iPad. So you're not stuck to one device all the time. And you will have your risk will be calculated. You have the entry, the stop loss, and the take profits all presented in the AI shows you the entry, everything for you calculated straight away. You're able to back the strategies, and like I showed you there, you have super fast. It's absolutely big difference to good old MT4. You can lightning fast backtesting for all the strategies. And you also have a trading journal. I didn't show you a trading journal, but trading journal is really important as well, because you can go and analyze the results, and which patterns that you're doing the best, which time frames you're doing the best, which markets you're doing the best. So it gives you that insight as well, that you can and then improve your trading and become a better trader with time. Trading journal to analyze, yes, and finally you can able to connect this MT4 bridge. So basically the way that works is that once you take a signal on the application, it just basically sends this signal over to your MT4 that you're running, and it will be executed on your MT4 automatically. And training, so I have 8 sessions, so there's like 90 minute to 2 hour sessions. So basically we have a webinar like this, where we talk to each other and answer questions, and we have a specific topic that we deal every week, and you have notes to download after each session, and also have some assignments to complete after each session. And you have access to our chat group, and you can go and chat to me, ask any questions at any time to me, about any signals. For example, you want to know, oh, Ivo, what do you think about this signal? What do you think about that? Or any other trading related questions, or even ask other guys in the group. There's very good traders in the group, and you can ask them as well. And then once you receive profitability and you finish the course, you also get a nice looking profitable trader certificate that you can put it on your wall, keep it on your desk, to remind you that you're actually you made it. You actually are a profitable trader. So all these guys, it is available for you, and the cost for this is, or the price for this is $188 per year, or that works out to $99 per month, or just $3.25 per day, which is like a cup of coffee here in Dublin. So yeah, you get all this amazing software and access to me directly for this price. And this is the link, guys. If you can, maybe Vladimir can put this into chat. Use this link, guys.
I can put this link. I can't put it in the chat, unfortunately, but it's like a. Oh, I think I'll try. I think I'll try.
So it's basically
but I will include it in the description, definitely.
.trade/Vladimir, and use this link because we have a special, like I mentioned at the start, what we actually gonna give to you guys to go and try the application for yourself. Before I do that, I actually want to also mention that we have a 14-day money back guarantee. If for some reason you say, oh, actually this doesn't work for me, absolutely fine, and there's no problem. I can understand that strategies are personal things, so maybe some people maybe will not like trading with Satoshi, and you can try it for 2 weeks and try with me, and then if you decide, okay, maybe this is not for you, absolutely fine. So if you go to this link, yeah, and like I said, use this link, and go to this page. I'm going to show you what is happening here. So if you go to this link, you'll see a couple of testimonials from the guys in our group, and you actually will see what we're our course notes, so what we're going through in what we are learning during the webinars. The first module is basically just getting you set up, get your bots all set up. Then we actually put our mind correct. Before we actually start all the trading, we need to get our our foundation in place, which is really understand basics of trading and risk management and what we're actually trying to achieve. We of course learn about the more extensive about these candlestick patterns, how these Japanese candlestick patterns appear, and how DARA trades them. We learn quite extensive about the risk, and things like skew, positive skew, what's negative skew, volatility, maximum drawdown, stagnation periods, all those terms that you really need to know, especially if you're talking about really serious money, or if you're looking to manage other people's money. artificial intelligence trading. So we take a special course and learn much more deeply about that. Advanced trading techniques. We'll look at other stuff that it's more some stuff that I've picked up over the years. That is not just the simple Japanese currency patterns that you can use, and we look at how actually combine your knowledge with the statistical knowledge with bots. So how you can use what you know and add that to the bot to actually improve your results quite a bit as well. And finally, finishing school and getting ready for live trading. And we meet actually every Thursday. We meet 9:30 a.m. GMT, but they are recorded, so you can watch them anytime that works for you guys. And yeah, so there's this, and you will see here 2 links. Okay, so you can pay yearly, so that is works out at 1188 per year or $99 per month, or you can also pay monthly, no problem. So I can understand maybe $1,188 straight away might be too much for somebody. You can absolutely go just monthly. And then later you can change to yearly if you wish to. And you can also have the free version to go and try it out. And like I said, we have a special offer for you guys that normally the free version only have 1 signal per day, but till for you guys, for the first guys who are coming and testing this till the end of this year, actually you'll be able to receive unlimited trading signals with this as well. So so this is the link to use just to basically try it out. And then if you want to purchase and trade with me and have the access to chat group and access to our training for 8 weeks, and the bridge to connect your MT4 so you can execute your signals directly on the MT4, then this is the link to use. So yeah, so let me know if you have any questions, guys.
First of all, Ivo, thank you very, very, very much. Guys, the link is available, as Ivo suggested, now in the chat window. You should be able to see that. First time I did it, so Ivo, thank you for the suggestion. Never know it's available here.
Yes.
Now here are a few more questions. Let me just open that here. Is this available for US residents?
Yeah, so we're not a brokerage, so we're a software development company, so we don't put any restrictions, where you use our application. So you just need to find a broker where you trade. So yeah, there's no restrictions for that whatsoever.
Next question is, does it work in the lower time frames?
Currently, no. Currently, the lowest one we have is 4-hour charts for this Satoshi strategy. Later, we will look at more at day trading strategies that could trade something like 1-hour charts, 30-minute charts. But the lowest one at this moment is 4-hour charts.
And the last one was Amy. What is the success rate using the DARA?
Yeah, so success rate, you create a free account and just run a few tests and you will see exactly. So because it very varies from different time frames, different markets, and different expectancy levels. So you can just create your own free account and go to the backtester and just run as many tests as you want, and you will see all the success rates there for the strategy.
Perfect. Any other questions, guys? If yes, please write it down. Meanwhile, I would like to thank you, Ivo, for the wonderful presentation. I hope you guys find it great, because it is great. I've been quiet in your community, but I've been in the community for how much? 1 year now, or a bit less, maybe. And you guys do really fantastic work there. I love it, especially, to be honest, when it fits in my, my personal style with the cycles and the divergences. When it fits in, it's simply like wow. It's beyond compared to anything else. And well done, well done.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually, spoke with my dad, because I don't know that I told you before, he's a trader as well. So he was on. I spoke with him today, and he was using the application also, but like he has his own system that he then attaches to DARA as well. And then when he has his signal, and on top of that he has a signal from DARA, he's like, wow, this is amazing. Computers agree with me. So yes, he definitely wants to take those signals. So like I said, it allows the flexibility we have now is that it allows you using your own knowledge as well, plus the computer's knowledge at the same time. And yeah, and the end result is pretty amazing. The combination, yeah.
Perfect, Ivo. No more questions here. Only mainly.
Thanks very much, guys. And as always, pleasure to be here, Vladimir. And thank you for opportunity to show you guys what we're looking to build here. And yeah, definitely go and set up and try it out.
100% agree. And once again, thank you. Enjoy the sugar your kids are going to hunt now. I'll enjoy it later today. Happy Halloween to everyone.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
For all those who joined later, the recording will be uploaded within a few hours to the channel. So please follow up for the updates. Watch it on your comfort. No pressure here. So once again, thank to everyone for attending. Happy Halloween to all who celebrate. Ivan, thank you, and I'll see you around.
Thank you, and bye-bye, guys. Thanks.
Ciao.